This is Kelso Surgeon. Welcome to another day at my College of Advanced Sports Handicapping. This report is for today, Thursday and Friday. I'll be back here on Saturday morning with a complete rundown of the college games, and on Sunday with a complete rundown of the NFL with a lot of handicapping hints on both reports. You know, my biggest play on Saturday this week is going to be another 100-unit college blowout play. I won last week's 100-unit blowout with Michigan in its win over Purdue. On Sunday, another 100-unit winner in the NFL, a triple power play. And keep in mind that last Sunday I won my 200-unit NFL game of the year with Buffalo minus the 4 over Washington. I got all the cash 23-0. And you know, let's just cut right to the chase on the Alabama-LSU game on Saturday. You know, it's without, I can't do anything but take LSU plus the points in that game, and I want you to know that I've already bet my money. I bet on LSU, and I got +6 because I laid the minus 120 and bought up off of 5.5 and got 6. You know, this is a game, and I just want to give you some rationale behind how I think. You know, when I look at a college football game or an NFL football game, I say to myself, can both of these teams win this game? Do both of them have a legitimate chance to win straight up? In the LSU-Alabama game, both teams have a legitimate chance to win the game straight up. Both are 8-0. They're rocking and rolling through their schedule. And to lay 5.5 points with Alabama in Tuscaloosa is beyond anything I can comprehend. This game is dead even. If you think that the playing field at Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa is worth 5.5 points, well then lay that with Alabama. I don't think it's worth 5.5 points, and I've been there many, many times. The play for me will be LSU. I'm declaring myself right up front. It's yours free. I will be and am down on LSU to cover against Alabama, and I'm probably even going to take a money line bet on LSU. Well, so much for that. You know, college basketball begins on Monday. There's 3 games Monday, and the first week of college basketball, 91 games are scheduled. I'm ready to go. I've done my homework on college basketball, evaluated almost 300 teams, and I'm ready to hit the ground running as I always do in college basketball. I'm going to play it very cautiously in the beginning as far as my unit ratings go, but I'll probably have my first 50-unit game of the college basketball season next Friday night. Depends on developments and a few other things. You can get the entire college basketball season and the NBA if it's ever played right now for $229. That's an early bird price off the $299 price. Get the entire basketball season for just $229 charged to your major credit card and start winning with me this Monday night. And keep in mind, as I said, I may have a 50-unit play on Friday night in college basketball. Just started to research it, but it looks like I will do just that. And for the record, North Carolina and Kentucky are 7-2 co-favorites to win the NCAA championship. No surprise there. Tonight I'm releasing a 3-team college parlay, all the games on national television, coming right back on Friday night with a 50-unit play, and then heading into those big games on Saturday and Sunday. I accept all major credit cards, and you can sign up for all games and all services right here on this website, or toll free at 1-800-755-2255. You know, I'm going to admit that I got trapped last week in what should have been the biggest bounce-back play in the NFL this season, but I talked myself out of it and went against everything I believe. I apologize for that. And that happens to be I released the New Orleans Saints minus the 13.5 at St. Louis last week, and was confident that I would get the money. Not only was St. Louis winless, they were without their starting quarterback, And, you know, there was no reason to use St. Louis. Well, St. Louis won the game 31-21 as a 13.5-point underdog, and then it just really hit me right between the eyes. What a bounce-back play, bounce-downward play the Saints were. The week before they had beaten the Indianapolis Colts 62-7, and if ever there was a team due to bounce down, it was the New Orleans Saints on Sunday. Unfortunately, I took the bait, laid the 13.5, and got beat. That won't happen again. You know, in New England this week, you know, you've got the Patriots in a double bounce-back mode off of 2 straight losses to Dallas and to Pittsburgh, and you would say, well, this is a double bounce-back game for the Patriots. Then you've got to think, well, they're 8.5 points over the New York Giants. Well, we'll discuss that game on Sunday. I've drawn a lot of conclusions already, but let's get into the colleges. Colleges in major bounce-back form on Saturday. Let's start with Wisconsin. Wisconsin coming off of 2 last-second losses at Michigan State and at Ohio State, a 25.5-point favorite at home over Purdue. Florida has lost 4 consecutive games and hosts Vanderbilt at homecoming in Gainesville, a 12-point favorite. Michigan State is in major bounce-back form, coming off an embarrassing one-sided 24-3 loss at Nebraska. Michigan State a 28-point favorite over Minnesota, which is in bounce-downward form off a 22-21 upset win over Iowa. Just some things to think about for those who do play the bounce theory. Keep in mind it does not stand alone. Other things on my mind. What's happened to SMU? The Mustangs have scored exactly 10 points in their last 2 games, both losses to Southern Miss and Tulsa. 24-point homecoming favorite over Tulane on Saturday. And then there's New Mexico. This is the worst team in college football, maybe the worst major college football team in the past decade. The Lobos win this honor hands down. You know, they're 0-8 straight up, 2-6 against the number, and in their last 3 games have lost to, now get this, they lost to Air Force 42-0 as a 28.5-point underdog. They lost to TCU 69-0 as a 44.5-point underdog, and lost to Nevada 49-7 as a 29.5-point underdog. They're now 2-30 over the past 3 seasons. They're 26.5-point underdog at San Diego State this week. San Diego State in a bounce upward form, coming off an upset loss to Wyoming. You do the math. The lines are very tight this week, so pay attention. As I've told you, the bookmakers really are challenging bettors this week with the hardest lines they've posted all season, which they always do at this point of every season. Now let's go through some big game steam plays here today. There's 3 I want to point out. Texas is the biggest steam play on the board. Texas went steam at -11 against Texas Tech. They're now -14. Now, this is something I don't understand, but, you know, everybody has their own thing. New Mexico against San Diego State has become a steam play. They went steam at +36. They're now +34.5. You're on your own. The Air Force went steam against Army, -15.5. They're now -17 and 17.5. Now, there's also something you need to consider: major injury report in the NFL. Both players involving the New York Giants. Giants running back Ahmad Bradshaw, injured foot, has been downgraded to expected to miss the Sunday game at New England. You've also got wide receiver Hakeem Nicks, who is doubtful at New England. Just keep that in mind. Now let's just run down the weekend and the schedule of games for this week, the major plays. Back right here Saturday with another 100-unit college blowout game. On Sunday, a 100-unit NFL blowout game. And just a reminder that college basketball begins Monday night, and you can get it all for $229. Sign up right here on this website or toll free at 1-800, and all major credit cards are accepted. I'll be right back here on Saturday morning with my complete college report. Good luck to you today.